श्रीमान, अलंकृत परेड आपके अभिभाषण के लिए हाजिर है। जय श्रीमान। अलंकृत परेड वीर
General Nardeep Nathani, Director and Commandant, the Armed Forces Medical College. General Flag and Air Officers, our revered Air Marshal D.P. Joshi, Param Vishish Seva Medal, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, former DG Afmc, and my mentor, our revered senior veterans, esteemed faculty and medical officers who have just had the honor of being commissioned. I will commence by paying my reverential obeisance to our great, peerless and prestigious institution, which is a one of its kind, the Armed Forces Medical College, and also its affiliated hospitals and centers. I also salute and pay a tribute to not just Captain Sandeep Sharma, Kirti Chakra, but all the gallant and late alumni who've sacrificed their lives and gave their tomorrow for our nations today. It is indeed and will always remain a cherished privilege to be bestowed with this unique honor to review the passing out parade of the B3 batch. A fortnight before I walk into the sunset after almost 4 decades of a soul-enriching journey of soldiering and healing. On behalf of the Director General Armed Forces Medical Services and Senior Colonel Commandant and the AFMS Healthcare Fraternity, we heartily congratulate each one of you as you metamorphose from being medical cadets of the Armed Forces Medical College to become competent and capable doctors of the Indian Armed Forces Medical Services. Today, when you cross this Rubicon as commissioned officers and march out from the sacred premises of our college and the hallowed portals of this parade ground, the nation, the armed forces and the Armed Forces Medical Services compliments you on your decision to join one of the oldest and the finest corps and the organization of our elite armed forces. Service in the armed forces is not just a job, a profession, or if I can trespass into Raj Bhasha, a dhanda, a pesha, or for that matter, a career. It is and shall always remain a calling, and this calling enshrines the ultimate and the most acid test of healing and soldiering with resolute commitment, steadfast tenacity, tireless zeal, dauntless courage, and the ability to surpass conventional benchmarks and thresholds and limits of human endurance. I must also highlight that you will be privileged to join the AFMS, which is a unique and the pioneering tri-services organization, the first of its kind and also the largest organized healthcare service in the country. It enshrines the harmonious confluence and synergy between complex operational medical support imperatives to fulfill the onerous responsibility of being empathetic, caring, and proficient doctors, as also true soldiers, true sailors, and true air warriors. We in the AFMS have the distinction of being quantum force multipliers as dedicated 365 into 24 into 7. And since this is a leap year, In 2020, it will be 366 into 24 into 7 healthcare providers. So your journey in service will take you to the diversely heterogeneous settings, from peace locations in hospitals and MI rooms to the theatre of operations and war, from the counterinsurgency or counterterrorism environment to the internal security duties, border deployments, low-intensity conflict. And your generation will see more of proxy, asymmetric and hybrid warfare in hostile terrains as also in inclement weather and climatic conditions. You will also be required to participate meaningfully and promptly in disaster relief, humanitarian aid and UN missions. You will be called upon to ensure, nurture and mentor as also conserve the combat strength and morale of the armed forces by providing high quality health care with empathy to our combatants, the veterans and their family members. Commissioning as associated with this passing out, it is just not a mere ceremony or a celebration thereof. It is a landmark and defining moment in your lives and your careers. So this milestone has to be richly earned so that you deserve the Honorable President's commission granted to you today, along with the trust and faith of your patients and the human resources at your disposal. By the values of diligence, discipline, dynamism and dedication, which should be enshrined in word, action and deed as also in letter and spirit. By embracing the service ethos with your heart and your soul and your conscience, and I'll come to the conscience later. As commissioned medical officers, you will have to enshrine and uphold the highest benchmarks of pan-spectral excellence, not just in the professional, academic, clinical arena, but as an officer and worthy of a leader of your troops. By imbibing the core values of integrity, loyalty, credibility, humility, and not to forget the healing touch as a compassionate caregiver. You will be the ambassadors of our unique armed forces medical colleges, and you will be expected to uphold its highest traditions. And also, you will be required to ensure that the rich legacy of the more than 2 centuries and 5 decades of the Army Medical Corps is upheld at all times. We do feel for your parents and members of your family who must be disappointed as they could not be present here this morning. We also understand that it would not go down well with you as well. But you must understand that from a preventive healthcare perspective, it is best to realize that their absence may be a blessing because of the travel restrictions and due to the exposure to the novel coronavirus. And as you know that the COVID-19 has been declared a global pandemic, so it will have serious implications on humankind. So their absence here they are here with you in their heart, mind and soul, and they will continue to bless you. I take this opportunity to offer our heartiest felicitations and compliments to your parents and your family members, and gratefully acknowledge your parents' sacrifices, their praiseworthy role in bringing you up, in supporting you and in encouraging you and in inculcating the values in you. We are confident that you will feel proud, that they will feel proud to learn of their bright children who blossom into outstanding professionals, proficient officers, and exceptional human beings in the years to come. A word about sanskar and character. There is no equivalent translation to sanskar, so I will just put it as character and ethos and value systems. So to quote William Shakespeare, when you have to hold sanskars, values, character and value systems together, then it's important to link your conscience with it. Apne zamir, apni antaratma ko jodiye. To quote William Shakespeare, this above all, to thine own self be true. By thine own self, he means one's conscience. This above all, to thine own self be true, it must follow as night and the day. Thou cannot be then false to any man. Unquote. The armed forces is delighted to embrace you into its fold and provide you unparalleled opportunities to serve our great nation. As also fulfill your professional and academic aspirations, you have a much higher chance and possibility and probability factors of becoming postgraduates than your civilian counterparts, because post-graduation seats are much more than what they are for the rest of the doctors who would be taking the exams. But you must also appreciate that the 21st century has brought about a paradigm shift in healthcare and health support systems, from planning and coordination to its execution in a highly advanced technology-enabled environment, which each one of you should be geared up for and imbibe. We are sanguine that with the outstanding grooming and professional training that you have received at Afmc, you will stand tall in the face of such challenges and will prove your mettle whenever and wherever you are called upon by the nation, the armed forces or the armed forces medical services. The FMS Healthcare Fraternity joins me to convey our appreciation and compliments to the Director and the Commandant, along with the Dean and Deputy Commandant, for their inspirational leadership, as also acknowledge the role of the distinguished faculty of this our Armed Forces Medical College. It is your dedication, zeal, passion and professionalism that makes AFMC such an outstanding cradle of learning, which transforms young medical cadets to smart, competent medical officers who will be the future pillars and anchors of our Armed Forces Medical Services. We are sanguine that you have made optimum investments as role models in mentoring and nurturing the leadership qualities, the vitals, the keys, the ethics, the morals, the knowledge, the skills, the scruples and the values in each one of the newly commissioned officers, as also the ones which will follow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's important to understand, and this is particularly for the newly commissioned officers, remember, the journey of life and the journey of service is much more important than your destination. So please invest in taking your journey forward with the best that you can give to the service, to the corps and to the nation. So this will also entail that the challenging paradigms and emerging environment which you will have to respond to. Ensure that the values of professional competence, uprightness, moral courage and ethical convictions ingrained in you in this sacred institution shall hold you in good stead forever for times to come. We, in the entire Armed Forces Medical Services Healthcare Fraternity, are supremely confident that each one of you newly commissioned officers of the B3 batch will uphold the highest and the noblest traditions of the Armed Forces, the Armed Forces Medical Services, and achieve great success and high benchmarks of excellence in your professional careers. In your new innings, we wish you all the very best.